New Age Parenting.
Hello and a very warm welcome to New Age Parenting. Yes, we all, the parents out there, have been trying their best, and actually hats off to all the parents, because in today's time, parenting is not that easy. When we were kids, we also had these conflicts with our parents, but we were not bold enough to talk about it, and we actually allowed it to go. Today, as an adult, if I go back in my childhood, I have those things, that I was not allowed to do this. I was not allowed to get into army or to get into this profession. But those resentments are actually over, and I have accepted whatever had happened, and I love my parents. But as a parent today, I want to do everything for my child. I don't want my child to feel that I am not giving those options. I am becoming an obstacle. That's something which I cannot even accept. But somewhere, even if the intentions are right, maybe, my belief systems or my way of talking, my communication gap is creating an obstacle. And that is why this series. So before we go on and talk about soul searching, there is one message Havaldar Kadak Singh has for every child about traffic rules. Let's listen to him.
ये है हवलदार कड़क सिंह की सड़क।
रुका। हाँ जी, थोड़ा अपना प्यारा सा मुखड़ा दिखाना, शीशे के बाहर झांक के हैं।
जी कहिए। अरे ये क्या कर रहे हो?
और मेरे भाई, और जिस चीज का कोई फायदा नहीं, उसको रखने का फायदा क्या? तो तेरे पास चश्मा होते हुए तेरे को रेड लाइट नहीं दिखती, तो फायदा की?
पर रोड तो खाली थी, कोई खाई नहीं।
तो ये क्या बात हुई भाई? हैं? तो इसका मतलब तो ये है कि दुकान पर अगर मालिक नहीं होगा तो तुम बिना पूछे उसका सामान उठाओगे। कोई बॉस नहीं होगा ऑफिस में तो तुम उसकी कुर्सी पे सो जाओगे। तो रोड पे कोई हो न हो, सड़क के नियम कायदे कानून कभी नहीं टूटेंगे। और वैसे भी ये तो है मेरी सड़क, और मुझे कहते हैं हवलदार कड़क।
रेड लाइट होने पर हमें अपनी गाड़ी रोक लेनी चाहिए और उसे ग्रीन होने पर ही आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। ऐसा न करके हम अपनी और दूसरों की जान खतरे में डाल सकते हैं। ब्रह्मा कुमारी द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
In our soul searching segment today, we are going to talk about a subject which is every parent's desire and every child's nightmare, and that is importance of discipline. What is meant by discipline? Is discipline required? Is daily routine or discipline are two different things? These are few things which we would like to know through this soul searching.
We live in a world where temptations are everywhere. We have TV, video games, sports, internet and phone. There are so many entertainment options available. No wonder people struggle to focus on their work, but the truth is, things that are worth having for in life, the things that have real value, are often the things that require time, effort and hard work. When we live in a society that focuses only on entertainment, how can we focus on obtaining things that really matter in life? The answer is discipline. Discipline will help you resist the temptation of playing video games when you need to do your homework or you need to concentrate on something that really matters and adds value to your life. Discipline doesn't mean that you can't have fun in life. We all need time for fun and entertainment, but there must be a balance between work and play. How to achieve that? Let's explore.
In our soul searching segment today, we have two special guests. We have Mrs. Anuradha Handa, who is the principal of GD Goenka Public School, Sector 48, Gurgaon, and we have Anya Mishra, who is a class 10 student of Manav Rachna School. A very warm welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you think in today's time discipline is?
It is not policing. It is not enforcement. It is making things a way of life and growing. And going the right way. That is what discipline means for students.
It's something like a routine. What's right, what's wrong, what is to be done. Something that you feel from inside.
So sometimes you can feel differently from inside. The parent can feel differently from inside. The teacher can also feel differently from inside. So how to create a balance? Anuradha, we would like to ask you.
As an educator, I've always believed that discipline should not be enforced. Yes, there has to be flexibility, because the moment you become rigid, conditions can be different, situations can be different. So if discipline is something which is mutually worked out, let's say between a teacher and her students, sit together and frame your golden rules. It's more about defining expectations and changing them if the need arises, but moving together with it. You will never succeed in getting people disciplined if you enforce from top.
Traditionally, what is the role of a disciplinarian? You know, what has been the role of discipline? There'll be a set of rules defined by maybe school, maybe parents, and then kids have to follow. Do we as parents or do we as teachers follow those rules? Because there are different rules for every sector.
You are absolutely right. So yes, you have to be a role model. You have to set that benchmark for everyone, for the others to follow, which is not easy. But yes, if you've done it, you have won the battle. The children would definitely follow you. They will believe in what you say. And somewhere, you know, you need to tell the children that following rules would ultimately help you become a better person. Because if you don't do that, you will somewhere lose track. You know, a child having done his work, but just because I don't get up in time in the morning, rush to school, forget my notebook at home, I would get a scolding from my teacher though I have done my work. Why? Because I wasn't disciplined enough to wake up in the morning or pack my bag the previous day. So through these little examples, when you explain it to children with reason, they would follow.
What do you say, Anya, that are the set of rules same for everyone at home or in school, or you find it different for different people?
Teachers in school expect us to behave differently. Our parents would expect us to behave differently. The child has a lot of expectations from the parents and the teachers too. But it sometimes is really hard to know what the teacher wants from you, what your mom wants from you.
When does the discipline aspect becomes a suffocation? Because it does happen. You know,
when it's forced beyond the limit upon us.
And what is that limit? How do you define that limit?
Well, you can tell the child once or twice, but when the child is trying to tell you something, you should listen to the child. His point of view, her point of view. And then when you don't listen to the child and then you just keep on saying that you're supposed to be doing it this way, then the child feels that, okay, this is too much.
What comes under the umbrella of discipline?
When we talk about school, you're supposed to behave properly, talk nicely with teachers, talk nicely with your peers. At home, you're supposed to study well. You're supposed to sleep on time, eat on time, talk nicely with your parents, spend time with your younger brother or sister. And other than that, we have your friends. When you talk with your friends, you can be free. That's the time when you don't have to follow some kind of discipline. So that's like the best time for the child.
Okay, so all other time is basically a discipline time.
Yes, exactly.
You see, discipline again is not that follow what you are told to do. If your classes are made interesting, if whatever you are doing in school is made interesting, but governed by a set of rules, the children will not feel burdened by the discipline. Discipline is something which needs to be worked out at the macro level. Make your working, you know, let the children know what we are doing, why we are doing, how we are doing, and how they are going to be benefited out of it. And these are the guidelines under which we will function. Make the environment child friendly. And trust me, the children would not mind being disciplined.
We've reached a very important aspect, and I think all the parents must be wanting to listen to it now, that what it really takes to create happy discipline. And Anya, you are the best person to tell us. Why do you feel so happy to break the rules so that we'll actually turn the tables?
Well, it's because most of the children feel it's really cool when you don't follow the rules. And it's fun when you talk badly to the teachers or you use some
you're
kind
rude
of,
and you just ignore.
The attitude that you show, they think it's really cool, the in thing today. So that's why most of the kids feel that I shouldn't be following the rules, so that I look cool, so that my status is like really good.
Wow, I like that. And rather, can we do it the other way around? Can we do it like following the rules can be the cool thing?
Yes, we can. See, again, anything which is rigid, you love to break it.
Yeah.
Anything which is flexible is not easy to break. So if you are a little flexible, you give them their fun time, you understand their perspective, and allow them that little fun and enjoyment and not be rigid about rules, I'm sure they would not love to break it. Secondly, sometimes what happens is, you become the most wanted person when you are breaking the rules and you are most sought after. The other way around, if we start appreciating the people who are following rules and make them the most wanted in school or at home, making them as the trendsetters. A note is sent home to the parent when the child has created some kind of indiscipline. Do we really send a note home when the child has done something good? When the child has... It happened very recently in my school where a child got up and asked a question in an assembly where, the children were being selected for their, for prefects, that I am in class 6, I am not getting a chance, and I actually called up the parent and told her that, I am proud of your daughter that she had the courage to get up and ask those questions. This we do not call as indiscipline.
Yeah, like
that
assertiveness.
Freedom,
yes.
assertiveness.
Yes. Anya, if you if the kids who are breaking rules are being ignored completely, that's what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Ignored by the teachers or the child? The children?
By the children. See, I don't know about children, how they will react, how the peers will react. But suppose teachers are not even bothered about them, and the child who is doing right thing is appreciated at every step.
Then everybody would like to become that child, the one who's doing the good thing.
How sad. Actually, every child is looking for appreciation and recognition.
Absolutely.
In some way or the other.
True. Yes. That's where we are going wrong. So appreciate the positive behavior, highlight the positive behavior, make them the trendsetters. And you would see that others follow.
How the child will be able to break it, because if he wants to come on the right track now, and it's difficult to come back, what do you think the child needs?
A lot of motivation, inspiration, and not just by the teachers and the parents. She or he needs it from the friends also,
peers also.
Because in this age, the teenage, most of the kids are influenced more by their friends. So if the discipline becomes the cool thing, then obviously every child would like to follow the rules, because then you're appreciated not just by your parents and teachers, by your friends too. So when you are motivated to do something good by your friends, obviously you'll be doing it.
The problem is not with the individual, the problem is with the system. Somewhere we've gone wrong in our systems, where we started ignoring the people who were doing good, taking it for granted. Because they are meant to do it, so they are doing it. What's the big deal?
You as an individual think that discipline is necessary, the set of rules is necessary for a person's well-being?
Discipline is important because it helps you to focus on your goal. It doesn't allow you to get distracted by other things.
Focus. You mean discipline creates focus.
Yes.
As an educator, what do you think is the importance of discipline in today's generation?
Your true self will never come out if you are not disciplined. And by setting goals for yourself, goals of discipline, and achieving them, it gives you a high.
And that's what
it gives you that motivation. A very positive motivation. I set a goal for myself to get up at 5 in the morning and go for a walk, and if I do it, I will stay happy the whole day. I would not get that happiness from anywhere else. So that is intrinsic motivation. So intrinsic discipline brings in intrinsic motivation.
This soul searching, we've been able to create happy discipline. Thank you so much for these insights. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We really need to understand, actually, soul searching, the whole purpose of the discussion is to bring out the conflicts. But what we realize today, that if we are able to create just another mindset, that discipline is intrinsic, it is within me, if I'm able to create that, of course, life is a different ball game. And at times, when we are not able to do the third angle, maybe not the parents, not the teachers, not me, myself, then spirituality, one word of that aspect, that input, which really gives me another dimension. So time now for spiritual significance.
Discipline is the ability for an individual to have self-restraint and to behave and practice in a strict, controlled manner. Discipline is visible in all aspects of nature. Even our bodies, made up of elements of nature, have its systems and rules which follow a routine or discipline. Whilst discipline is an action, it starts with a decision in the mind and can therefore be positively encouraged and influenced. On the other hand, if it's forced or our mind is not at peace with it, the mind rebels and we get indiscipline, which is harmful. If one is able to ignite a passion within, the discipline and routine comes naturally. To get disciplined means to be in sync with your natural self.
Whenever we are at crossroads, we look for that third angle because somewhere that bird's view is required. We need to detach ourselves and look at objectively at the situation, and for that mapping the conflict is the best option. So time now to move over to mapping the conflict.
Old belief. Strict discipline is required to make the most of one's life. Kids should be disciplined from young age.
New belief. Discipline is in mind. Self-discipline is the best way for the child. Once they realize the need, they will learn it.
Solution. Discipline has to be inculcated in a child's life, which comes with constant counseling and communication. Old belief. Rules for discipline are universal. They should be followed with strictness as they add value to life.
New belief. Rules are made to be broken. Whenever rules are created, someone will find a way to challenge it. If there are rules, they should be self-induced.
Solution. There is nothing wrong with rules. Rather, the problem lies with the nature of their imposition. Rigidity in following them instigates rebellion. Flexibility in following them would create acceptability.
We've always maintained New Age Parenting is your show, and we are receiving a lot of emails, a lot of calls. So continue to do that and be a part of New Age Parenting, because as we've always maintained, parenting is not easy, but once done creatively and intuitively, it can be actually very exhilarating and very adventurous. So till the time we meet again, enjoy parenting. And before we take your leave, there is something Havaldar Khadak Singh has to say about traffic rules. So stay tuned and remain with us.
ये है हवलदार खड़क सिंह की सड़क।
हाँ कहिए।
ओ जी, कहना सुनना आपकी शादी में कर लेंगे। फिलहाल तो ये बताइए कि आपकी बेल्ट कहाँ
है? तो ये देखिए।
ओए, कमर की नहीं, मैं सीट बेल्ट की बात कर रहा हूँ। हवलदार कड़क से मजाक मत करो, बहुत महंगा पड़ेगा। हाँ, और उससे ज्यादा महंगा पड़ेगा ये बिना सीट बेल्ट की गाड़ी का चलान। ओए, जल्दी ऊपर जाने का बहुत शौक है, हैं? ओ छोटू, फाइन काटो इनका। 1200 रुपए सीट बेल्ट नहीं पहनने का और 2400 रुपए हवलदार कड़क से मजाक करने का। तो ये है मेरी सड़क, मुझे कहते हैं हवलदार कड़क।
कार चलाते समय सीट बेल्ट का उपयोग करना चाहिए। इससे आप बड़ी दुर्घटना से बच सकते हैं। ब्रह्मा कुमारी के द्वारा जनहित में जारी।